Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Quietly Influential Leadership Lessons for Introverts. I'm your host, Gwen White, your quantum empowerment coach here to guide you on your journey to becoming a more effective and impactful introverted leader. In today's episode, we're going to dive into a topic that affects us all, regardless of our personality type: daily habits. We'll explore how these seemingly small actions can have a significant impact on our lives, especially for introverts like you who are navigating high-stakes industries. The topic of habits is truly universally applicable, but it can be especially significant for introverted leaders. Please note that I'm drawing some inspiration from two of my favorite thought leaders and coaches, Mark and Angel Chernoff. Their insightful work has inspired today's mindfully curated exploration of some habits that wreck thousands of lives one day at a time. These are the 10 habits that are probably holding you back. Now, I want you to imagine this episode as an invitation to step into a journey of self-discovery and growth. Naturally, I will be paying homage to the source article that inspired this episode, but I'll be looking at this through an introverted lens and adding my own spin with additional context, stories, exercises, and reflections. Are you ready to embark on this journey? Let's dive in. Starting with habit 1, which is to change nothing and expect different results. This habit, often associated with the definition of madness, can keep us stuck in our comfort zones. For introverted leaders, taking calculated risks and making steady progress is crucial. In fact, Albert Einstein once stated that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. This is a trap many of us fall into, especially as introverts. We can become comfortable in our routines, our ways of thinking, and our approaches to problem solving. But if we want different outcomes, we must be willing to change our actions. Think about a time when you felt stuck in your professional or personal life. Maybe you've been hoping for a promotion, but despite your hard work, it seems elusive. Or perhaps you've been trying to improve a relationship, but despite your efforts, it remains stagnant. The question to ask yourself is, what am I doing differently to affect the change I desire? Let's take a moment to reflect on this. Now, remember, it's not about making drastic changes all at once. It's about having the courage to take small, calculated risks and make steady steps forward. As introverted leaders, this might mean stepping out of our comfort zones, voicing our ideas, and taking the initiative in situations where we'd usually hold back. Moving on, habit 2 is to keep waiting for the right time. Waiting for ideal circumstances can paralyze us. That said, with the right mindset, strategies, and practice, we can learn to take action and make progress, even when the timing isn't perfect. Procrastination is a habit that plagues us all, but it can be particularly crippling for introverts. We often wait for the perfect moment or the ideal circumstances to take action. But here's the truth: there will never be a perfect moment. Paths are made by walking, not waiting. As introverted leaders, we can sometimes be overly cautious, preferring to analyze every detail before taking action. While this analytical nature is one of our strengths, it can also be a hindrance if it leads to inaction. Let's take a moment to think about something you've been putting off because it's not the right time. It could be a project you've wanted to start, a difficult conversation you need to have, or a change you want to make in your life. Now ask yourself, what's holding me back? What am I waiting for? Remember, taking the next step is what builds your confidence and fuels your growth, not the other way around. Next, habit 3 is to believe good things come fast and easy. The misconception that success should come effortlessly can lead to disappointment. I'll share how introverted leaders can embrace effort and perseverance. In today's world of instant gratification, it's easy to fall into the trap of expecting quick and easy results. But any goal worth achieving requires effort and sacrifice. Mark Chernoff's grandmother is quoted as saying, "You won't remember the easy days, but you will remember the moments when you rose above difficulties and conquered challenges." Introverted leaders, in particular, can excel in this area. We're often patient, persistent, and willing to put in the effort to achieve our goals. However, it's essential to remember that progress may be slow and the journey may be challenging. Don't just do what's easy, do what you're capable of. Astound yourself with your own abilities. Next, habit 4 is to refuse to accept necessary risks. Introverted leaders like us may struggle with taking risks, but avoiding them can hinder growth. I'll provide some insights into how calculated risks can lead to success. Life is inherently risky. Every decision we make, every action we take involves some level of risk. As introverted leaders, we can sometimes be averse to taking risks, preferring the safety and predictability of our comfort zones. But to truly live, to truly lead, we must be willing to take calculated risks. Think about an opportunity you've passed up because it felt too risky. Reflect on how that decision has shaped your life and career. Now, imagine what could have happened if you'd taken that risk. Remember, even if your instincts prove wrong, you can adjust and move forward without the nagging question of what if. One possible and very simple strategy here is to set realistic goals. So take a moment to do that. Set some realistic, achievable goals that align with your aspirations, and then create a plan to reach those goals. Progress comes from consistent, deliberate effort. By approaching risks this way, you are able to inch your way towards and eventually through it. Next up is habit 5, which is to make the rejections of yesterday the focal point of today. Dwelling on past rejections can prevent us from moving forward. I'll discuss how introverted leaders can learn from rejection and continue their growth. Rejection is a part of life. We've all experienced it in one form or another: a job application that was turned down, a proposal that was rejected, a relationship that didn't work out. As introverts, we can often internalize these rejections, allowing them to define our self-worth and dictate our future actions. But it's essential to remember that rejection doesn't define you. It's merely a sign that something wasn't right for you at that particular time. Take a moment to reflect on a rejection that still impacts you today. Now, consider this. That rejection doesn't mean you're not good enough. It means that situation or person wasn't aligned with what you had to offer at that time. Use it as an opportunity to learn, grow, and move forward. Habit 6 is to refuse to take responsibility. Taking responsibility for our actions is essential for personal and professional growth. I'll briefly explore how introverted leaders can embrace accountability. Responsibility is a powerful concept. It's not about blaming ourselves for everything that's happened to us, but rather recognizing our personal power to shape our future. As introverted leaders, we're often reflective and self-aware, which can be a significant asset in taking responsibility for our actions. Reflect on a situation where you felt victimized or powerless. Now think about how you can take responsibility for your emotional and physical response to that situation. Remember, it's not about changing the past, but about shaping your future through your actions in the present. Next, habit 7 is to close your mind to new ideas and perspectives. Staying open to new ideas and perspectives is crucial for growth. I'll share how introverted leaders can continue learning and evolving. As introverts, we tend to be introspective and thoughtful. We often have a deep inner world, rich with ideas and perspectives. But this can sometimes lead us to become set in our ways, resistant to new ideas and viewpoints. However, growth and learning are born out of openness to new experiences and ideas. Consider a time when you resisted a new idea or perspective. Now think about what could have happened if you had been open to that new idea or perspective. Remember, being right isn't as important as being open to learning and growth. Habit 8 is letting a few negative people continuously distract you. Negative influences can derail your progress. So I will provide a strategy or two so that you surround yourself with supportive individuals. As introverted leaders, we're often sensitive to the energy and attitudes of those around us. Negative people can drain our energy and distract us from our goals. It's essential to set boundaries and protect our mental space. Think about a negative person in your life who distracts you from your goals. Now consider ways you can set boundaries with this person. Remember, your mind is your sanctuary. Don't let the negativity of others occupy it. Also, take the time to identify individuals in your network who can provide support and encouragement on your journey. Cultivating a positive network is essential for us as introverted leaders. Moving on to habit 9, which is to hold tight to something that's not real. Clinging to illusions can keep us from moving forward. How can introverted leaders can let go of what no longer serves them? Sometimes we hold on to illusions, a job that's not fulfilling, a relationship that's not healthy, a self-image that's not accurate. As introverted leaders, we can sometimes get lost in our inner world, holding on to things as we wish them to be, rather than as they are. Reflect on something in your life that might be an illusion. Now think about what it would mean to let go of that illusion. Remember, recognizing the truth is the first step towards making meaningful change. What are you holding on to that needs to go? Write down these experiences and feelings, then symbolically discard this paper. Practice the act of letting go. And finally, we come to habit 10. This has to do with maintaining rigid expectations every step of the way. Rigid expectations can lead to disappointment. We'll explore how introverted leaders can find a balance between high standards and adaptability. Expectations can be a double-edged sword. On the one hand, they can motivate us and guide our actions. On the other hand, rigid expectations can lead to disappointment and frustration. As introverted leaders, we often have high standards for ourselves and others, but it's essential to balance these expectations with flexibility and openness to different outcomes. Think about a situation where your expectations led to disappointment. Now consider what would have happened if you had been more flexible in your expectations. Remember, removing rigid expectations is the best way to avoid disappointment. Additionally, consider what changes you have been avoiding. Choose one change you've been resisting. Embrace it and explore it from an opposing point of view. Notice the opportunities it brings. So, there you have it. 10 little habits that can have a significant impact on our lives and leadership. As introverted leaders, we have unique strengths that we can leverage, but also specific challenges that we need to address. Now it's time to craft new daily habits that align with your growth as an introverted leader. What small, consistent actions can you take to propel yourself forward? Remember, change doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of consistent daily practice. So choose one habit you'd like to work on and start taking small steps towards change. Before we conclude today's episode, let's delve deeper into the importance of making these habit changes, especially for introverted leaders. The habits I explored with you today are not just about personal development. They are crucial for your success as a leader. Introverts often possess unique qualities, such as deep listening, empathy, and thoughtful decision-making. Creating new, more effective habits can enhance those qualities and make you a more effective and influential leader. Take a moment to visualize the future version of yourself as an introverted leader who has successfully transformed these habits. Picture the impact it will have on your career, your team, and your life as a whole. As you embark on this journey of habit transformation, consider building a support system. Connect with fellow introverted leaders who share your goals and challenges. You can learn from each other's experiences and provide mutual encouragement. Find an accountability partner who can check in with you regularly to ensure you're staying on track with your habit changes. Having someone to share your progress with can be motivating and keep you committed to your goals. I'd like to leave you with an exercise inspired by Mark and Angel Chernoff. Choose an area of your life you'd like to improve and answer these questions. What are the specific details about your current circumstances? What daily habits have contributed to these circumstances? What does an improved situation look like for you? What daily habits will help you move from where you are to where you want to be? Take your time with this exercise. Be honest with yourself and remember the journey. In closing, I want to emphasize that the journey of transforming your daily habits is a journey of self-discovery and growth. It's about embracing your introverted nature and leveraging it as a source of strength in your leadership role. As you work on your own habits, remember that progress is not always linear. There may be setbacks, but what matters is your commitment to continuous improvement. You have the resilience and determination to succeed. Thank you for joining me on for this episode of Quietly Influential. I hope you found this deep dive into daily habits valuable and inspiring. Your dedication to personal and professional growth as an introverted leader is commendable. Your unique perspective and leadership style are essential for creating lasting impact. As a special thank you to you, my listeners, through Cyber Monday, I am offering 50% off most all my services, including my VIP intensive, which is designed to provide you with the radical clarity and accountability you need, especially timely right now, so that you can close out the year feeling empowered and successful. The link to explore my offerings is in the show notes. If you have any questions, insights, or success stories related to habit transformation, please share them. Your experiences can inspire others on their journey. Until the next episode, keep nurturing those positive habits and continue to lead quietly but influentially.